Let me start by thanking all of you for agreeing to share this evening together. A lot of things were put together. We brought the volunteers together. We brought all the committees together. We brought all the creative teams together. And we said we needed to share this meal, make these presentations, because next week on Sunday, we begin the journey. Next week on Sunday is the 4th, and the elections will be on the 4th of March, which means we have a run of about 4 months, and we must turn this thing round. We must turn it round because it's about all of us. It's for all of us. Because I want to work for you, I want to work for the Kenyan people. Because we must change the mentality in which we've been put into. We must change the manner in which we think. We must change the manner in which we've been boxed into. And you've heard this, and you'll hear me say it time and time again, that we've often been told not to think inside the box, but to think outside the box. But I want us to throw that box away. Yeah. I want us to throw that box away so that we free our mind, and for the first time we break from history. Yes. Because for the last 49 years, we've been in bondage of history. Same people, same characters, if not same people, people who've come from same people. And yet with all those characteristics, we expect them to do some changes. They can't. And they won't. Our ways make. And therefore, because we can ways make, we must begin the journey where this is a reality. And we've appealed to different electorate, not the traditional electorate, because this game will be won by networking. This game will be won by you. It will not be won in political rallies. In the last 13 days, I've been to Kajiado County, I've been to Narok County, I've been to Nyamira County, I've been to Kisii County, I've been to Nakuru County, I've been to Kwale County, I've been to Nairobi County, I have been to West Pokot County, I have been to Busia County, was in Bungoma County today, and tomorrow I'm in Kiambu County. And the message is the same. And the message is the same. I was in Nyeri on Friday, yes. And I passed through Murang'a County as well. And I must say this. We must believe in ourselves. It's about us. It's about young people. It's about what we can do to propel our country. It's about how we can make Kenya better. And we are able to do it. For a long time, we've been lied to. We never learned tribalism in primary school. We never learned tribalism in secondary. Not even in universities. But we learned it from politicians. And they divided us using tribalism. And for many years, they divided us until we fought in the year 2008. We must now firmly put that into the history. Yeah. Yeah. And to put it into the history is to remove wale wale, ama wale wamezaliwa na wale wale, ambao wanataka tukae hivyo hivyo. And the choice is very simple. We either stay in status quo or we change. And the choice is, we lose the next 5 years or we make the next 5 years. And we can only make the next 5 years if we make the desirable change. I've listened to all of you whenever you've written to me, whenever you've communicated, and I know we've been gearing to go. Sometimes I have felt the push of volunteers. They want us to move faster. Let's engage the gear on Sunday.
Yeah.
There will be no turning back after Sunday. We'll just be moving forward. And it's going to be a marathon, and we just want to cross the line fast. That is what Tunaweza means. That we can cross that line fast. And that we can show these other guys the dust. And I'm saying this because as volunteers, you have the ability to network. You've been a sense of strength, and we can now convert that strength into what will be a winning machine for our election campaign. Don't ask me what you will do. Tell me what you want to do. The Secretariat is now geared towards receiving what you want to do, and they'll facilitate you to do what you want to do. They'll give you ideas, they'll give you the backups, and we will move in the direction that we need to move. For a long time, we've been told we need probably to discuss with other candidates, but I think we have distinguished ourselves. We have distinguished ourselves in the sense that we have avoided alliances that have nothing to do with Kenya, but with about a few individuals wanting power. We want power to be made out of you, not out of candidates. We want power to be made out of the Kenyan people, not out of a few individuals. It must never again be a contest about a few individuals. It must be about a contest of the issues that we saw here. Because that's the only way we can build our country. That's the only way we can eradicate what ails our country. If we don't do it, we'll all be in the ditch together. And as I said the day before yesterday and last week, if we continue in the manner in which we are continuing, it will come a time when the poor will eat the rich. Because they'll have no food. They'll just go to the rich, and they'll eat the rich. And I appreciate that Kenya is made up of very hardworking people. And we must have a government that will provide services for those hardworking people so they can work harder. And as I said in a video here before, if our people work hard, pay their taxes, then the best the government can do is to utilize the taxes to provide for services. And that is how we'll move our country forward. I want to count on you. I want to count on you. And I repeat, I want to count on you. Because if we rock and roll on 4th, there's no returning, there's no going back. It's about us. We must own the campaign. Because the campaign is about you and me. Campaign is about all Kenyans. We must do what is good for all Kenyans. Let us not get involved with a few minorities who have a few ideas about themselves. I want to be a president of the people, not a president for myself. And I won't lie to you, it won't be easy, even as president. It's not an easy task. What Kenya faces is not easy. To require an energetic president who will roll his sleeves and work. A president who will appreciate what other Kenyans go through. A president will not keep you held up in traffic jams because a 35 motorcade has to roll up. A president will appreciate what the ordinary Kenyans go through. A president who understands that sometimes we all suffer together, even if it's at the expense of one person. And I'll tell you a story. A couple of weeks or months ago, I was the first car locked up at Nyayo House on the front. Now I was seated there, We were locked up. We were told we can't move. And therefore, the only other cars that came in front of me were actually motor riders, motorcycle riders, boda bodas, couriers. They were also told to stop. And they had a very nice conversation. And I listened, and they didn't take note I was around. And then they said, lakini mazee, huyu musee anasema tufanye kazi, alafu anatufungia hapa. And then the other one said, na sasa kazi isimame, manake iwezi endelea. And these are the kind of things we want to deal with. We want to make things easy. We want to say that what ails our traffic jams, especially in Nairobi, is just 6 roundabouts on Uhuru Highway, and that you can suffer for 6 months and have them sorted out for the rest of your life, if that's what it takes. But I want to tell you, from all my tours, because I don't want to keep you here long, I wasn't going to give any details, because I think the main speech will be delivered on 4th, and I want you to be part and parcel of that history, because we are going to make history on 4th. And I wanted you as volunteers to have an insight so that you are not strangers on 4th, so that you know what is going to be unleashed. And that's why I said I want you to be part of history. Because I'm Peter Kenneth, and I approve of this message. And lots of things are things that are very well known and we've spoken about. But I can tell you we'll put definite timelines so that we are held accountable by the Kenyan people on what we can do and what cannot be done. Because as I said, it's going to be hard work. We need to roll our sleeves to rebuild the economy. We need to roll our sleeves to see we have a better country. We are growing at 4%. At 4% means the status quo is the same. You don't grow any rich, you don't grow any poor. That's what it is. That's why I said hiyo ni kukaa hivyo hivyo. That you don't move forward, you don't move. Even if from a personal point of view you feel maybe your wallet is getting heavier, but you're also getting more people looking into that wallet. And therefore the status quo remain. We must not get carried away. We must move into this walk together. Let's not get carried away by the winds that are flowing, because at the end of the day, when the winds finish flowing, we are left hivyo hivyo. And you must realize that we can easily be left hivyo hivyo. So I want to urge you. I want to urge you to own the campaign. We'll be there at your disposal. I want to work for you as you work for Kenya, because that's what it takes to move our country into the next level. And that's what we wanted to add into today's discussion, so that we can evaluate for ourselves where we are and where we want to go. Because as you've often heard me say, I've said evaluate all of us. If you are looking for noisemakers, PK will not be there. If you are looking for guys who are hiding their weaknesses in coalition, PK will be bold enough to stand on his own. If you are looking for a tribal leader, PK does not qualify. And I would never qualify to be any tribe other than Kenyan. Not because of my names, but because of my upbringing. I was brought up knowing that everybody else was a Kenyan. And that's why I have said, I want to instill discipline in the coming government so that we can move and move our country forward. So that we can guarantee our future. So that we can guarantee Ronnie's 6-week-old son. So that when he gets to 6 years, he can go to the kindergarten that Alexander was talking about.
Oh, yes.
Without having to worry about security. I want to thank you for having believed in me. I want to thank you for your time. We've been engaging each other. I want to thank you for your commitment. I want to thank you that every time you get an email from the Secretariat or from me, you are quick to respond. But I also want to tell you, now it's not a time of corresponding anymore. Now it's a time of going to the battlefield together, and the battlefield begins on 4th of November. I want to just assure you as I wind up, everywhere I've gone, everywhere I've been, it's been nothing but encouragement. Wow. Be it in West Pokot, where I met the Council of Elders, who seem to know more about me than I know myself. Be it in Kwale, where the local leaders were very supportive, and they understand what PK stands for. They understand what a PK presidency would mean. Everywhere I've been in Kisii, it's just been overwhelming support. Overwhelming support because Kenyans are looking for a person who is different from the characteristics they've seen for the last 49 years. A person who means what he says, a person who will do what he says, a person who will open his mouth to promise what he will do and make sure he fulfills the promise. Because that is what we have lacked in the last couple of decades. We must stop being sukuma twende. Because we have lived in a sukuma twende system, not knowing where we will end up. But we must have a route map because we know where we want to go. We must have a route map because we must get where we want to go. We must have a route map because we deserve it. We must have a route map because we need to sort out our problems. So, I want to say how grateful I am, and I just want to say, let's walk this journey together. It's been wonderful this evening. As I was watching all these things while seated there, I was just having the burning desire and wishing 4th was tomorrow. So that we can engage in a campaign that has never been seen. A campaign that is underground, on the ground, and overground. And a campaign that will make us rock and roll. That is the way we can West make. And that is the way to now West make. Thank you very much, friends. I thank you very much, and thank you for joining us this evening and sharing your time with us. God bless you.
Yes. Woo! Do now West make.